we stay focused throughout this stream. So we got many things going on right now, and that is of course a massive chain of coronal holes that are all facing us right now, and this will bring massive solar winds to our planet, potentially creating a geomagnetic storm, and of course we'll be feeling that. Let me tell you right now, we're going to be feeling that for sure. I hope everybody's doing good, and I am super appreciative for everybody who watches the live streams and for everyone who shows support. I am super thankful for everyone. I really appreciate everyone. Make sure you guys hit the like button. So give me a second. I'm thinking of the pinned message right now. And we got something pretty crazy with 3A Alice to talk about. Man, those pinned messages, boy oh boy, that took a while just to think about. But 3A Atlas right now is actually doing something pretty wild right now. It is kind of acting like a volcano. You see, volcanism is cold volcanic activity that is present in this comet. That means that what was discovered on 3A Atlas was a combination of ice and magma. And this is something that is unusual in many comets. So 3A Atlas is obviously the third known interstellar visitor carrying ancient material that is older than our sun. And this is interesting because most comets have ice, dust, and rock. And overall, of course, it has characteristics of both ice and magma. And obviously, of course, this is pretty wild, you know what I mean? So the sun heat rays, of course, when it got really close to the sun, the heat rays caused the carbonated icy layer on the comet to sublimate, building pressure underneath its surface, and rather than melting rock or lava, the comet expelled jets of gas, vaporized metal, and even icy particles. These powerful eruptions were so intense they caused the comet to give off a bright light, that massive coma. So this is just something that is very interesting, and this is something that's very unusual when it comes to general comets. This is something we don't normally have, right? This has definitely been something to study. This is definitely something that many scientists are probably looking at right here. This is truly from way further than our solar system and way older than our sun. So this is definitely something very interesting here. So let's start jumping with the sun, because the sun doesn't look like the way it's supposed to look like, and that's going to be weird, but I will show you guys a picture. Here's 3I Atlas, and here's kind of that red around there. This is, of course, that coma that basically, look at that. Look at all of this on here. You see the mouse, right? This is just something very interesting here. There's a big coma around 3 Atlas. So let's jump right into the sun. So for solar activity alone, before I actually show you the picture of the sun, not much going on. No new sunspots, nothing too crazy happening. But of course, when you look at the sun, Okay, this is definitely something that's not normal. For those of you who don't know what this is a coronal hole. To be exact, multiple coronal holes. These are a chain of coronal holes. Normally, we do have coronal holes, but I think because we're in solar maximum, sometimes you get these chains, which are insane. So there's about 4 or 5 of them. These aren't connected, these two, but it's still like a chain, and these are facing us. This is a trans-equatorial coronal hole that is literally facing the Earth. So welcome everyone to the stream. If you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, because we just talked about how 3 Atlas is literally like a volcanic erupt. It's literally crazy right now what is going on with that comet. And right now, of course, the sun, which most people aren't talking about, this is literally on the sun. These are coronal holes, and there's a chain of them. They're literally facing us right now. In the next 3 days, we're going to get a significant amount of solar winds that are going to be hitting our planet. And this is obviously, this could cause geomagnetic storms. This could cause, tech issues, tech glitches. And if you got Starlink, you're probably going to have some issues and whatnot. So overall, of course, definitely a lot to come, and I think people will truly be feeling this. I definitely think I tend to feel coronal hole activity. These are spots where plasma slips out of the sun, and since it's directly facing us, not only will it cause geomagnetic storms, but this is definitely affect humans as well. Not just satellites, not just astronomers, not just people in space, many things as well. So definitely, of course, those that are truly energy sensitive and whatnot, this is definitely something definitely to look out for. So I think within 24 to even 72 hours, I think we're going to get a lot of solar winds hitting us, and it's definitely going to cause a pretty big impact. Probably cause a geomagnetic storm, maybe a G1, or maybe just active geomagnetic conditions. So overall, this is pretty huge right here. And we get out of here, and I don't think there's really much else. There hasn't been any solar flares. There hasn't been much going on. But it's not just 3A Atlas. It's not just the sun. It's also earthquakes. So we just had a earthquake in California. It was in Glen Allen, California. Let's get a good look at this. Right here. Apparently, there's been multiple earthquakes here. To get exact with it, in what was it? Glen Allen, I think. Concord's kind of close. Sacramento, so I would say west of Sacramento, more closer to the water. There's been about 5 earthquakes there, and this was like 4.0. This is I'm gonna make the assumption, probably the largest earthquake in U.S. territory today, probably. But yeah, so pretty strong there. 4.0 is pretty impressive in California. So of course, that's what we got going on. Let me know if anybody's there. And of course, getting to more stuff. So there isn't much going on anywhere else. I don't think the magnetosphere is getting hit as much. Not right now, I think. Debs, you made it. Definitely a lot of stuff been said. Really broke a lot down. So good to have you here. Let's refresh Schumann resonance. But Italian Schumann resonance has been pretty calm. It's mainly been the coronal hole and 3 Atlas, doing weird stuff again. Here is, of course, that. Maybe we got a little bit of energy coming in. Integration at its best. Nothing too intense. So overall, of course, that's what we got going on here. So yeah, a lot of things going on. Big things with the sun. Big things with 3i Atlas. And yes, a pretty sizable earthquake. Well, it's good that you're up, Debs. I really appreciate you showing up to the stream. I'm really thankful. And I appreciate everybody who's been supporting. Um, I plan on making a new moon video and hopefully getting that uploaded tomorrow. This is the plan here. I need to talk about the Galactic Center. I want to talk about that too in that video. I'm going to be talking about how all three things, the new moon, 3 Atlas, and the closest point of the Galactic Center are all lining up on December 19th, which I think is very intriguing, honestly. I want to do a winter solstice video because this time is way more hectic than September. Yes, so you're gonna watch this. This is probably one of the best streams I've done. Yeah, I'm really appreciative for everyone. So yeah, we're definitely gonna be hitting that up. Yeah, so definitely have some stuff to do. I'm thankful for everyone and really appreciative. And yeah, I really want to keep it going. I'm thinking, I think the nervous system, right? So basically, the vagus nerve, which runs, it's like one of the longest nerves we have, and this thing is responsible for fight or flight. If you've ever had trauma, you probably put some stress. You definitely stress that nerve out. And I know some practices, and of course, there's even foods that probiotics tend to support the vagus nerve, and yeah, there's so much with the nervous system because when all this energy for many years now, our ascension, if you think about it, you always think, oh, the stomach, all of this, and yes, those things get hit. Chakra points, chakra activations, right? Heart chakra activations, solar plexus, all those things get hit. But one of the things is really the nervous system. You know what I mean? I don't know what you mean, a nerve block. There is a vagus nerve reset. I don't know if you've ever done one of those. I'm thinking how in the world I'd make a video of that. I do know like nervous system reset, breathing, simple breathing for anxiety and things like that. So I'm probably gonna be putting that in my content for sure to help people out. But yeah, it looks like the nervous system is the thing here and why we really struggle. And yes, sometimes we have to get our butts kicked during this time because, based on what I'm seeing, 3D and 5D split is gonna, I heard that the split, I don't know what they said, is gonna end next year or something. This is what I heard or something. So, I'm fully jumping into 5D. That's all I have to say. Very interesting. I'm not too much familiar with that kind of stuff, but I do know about the vagus nerve and what it's responsible for. So if you have fight or flight or very nervous and or digestion issues and other things, yeah, that's definitely the vagus nerve. And our nervous system is truly affected by all this plasma and things like that, in my opinion. And right now, this time period is where we get hit with it a lot. So, for me, I always feel like March and April. Yeah, maybe, probably. I think like March and April is a rough period, a big growth period. September usually. Decembers have been hectic, especially last December. I got destroyed. I'm much better this one, but definitely December's. That winter solstice is like, wow. You know what I mean? But it's all upgrading. Definitely a lot. And by the way, we have a community section on this channel. Yeah, same. How ironic. We both dealt with it in 2022. For me, I think the first day like I lost all I call it lost my energy was February 22nd of 2022. Yeah, my journey is crazy. Like I literally went from like a healthy person to like I was just done. Like my digestive system did not work. Everything just crashed on me. I was done. But I'm like way better now. That's how I know it's spiritual. I call it spiritual. I don't think it's a health thing. I think it was just spiritual. I think it was like meant to happen. I feel like it's pushed me to become. For me, it's just pushing me to get closer with my higher self, and I'm happier. I feel like it's taking me to my true self, where I'm more happier. I'm more present. I'm no longer bothered. I'm not comparing myself to other people. I'm not worried about being alone. I feel stronger and more disciplined than I've ever been since 2022. So my growth and involvement, I feel like all this, I don't know what they're called, ascension or suffering that has come in, isn't health. It's like growth. Because I'm getting stronger and getting better mentally, and I feel like in many ways much better. I feel like I'm getting more. I feel like we're clearing, you know. Our group isn't the one that's been going through it for a long time. Our group is like I feel like we're like the fast ones. We have the fast ascension. So 40 years done in 5 probably, right? A few. That's kind of where I feel like that's kind of what we're going through. I feel like we're going through I mean, I don't think I go through those as much, but the dark nights of the soul, those were like every week. Those were like every week. Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like our ascension's like quick. Exactly. Yeah, everything just comes and goes. So we gotta take care of our nervous system. And if and if that doesn't work, then it's just meant to happen to push us and to nudge us to getting into alignment and slowing down. You know what I mean? Because I feel like in my opinion, with the way I've been the last few days, I have been like mentally so chaotic to the point where I'm just chilling. Like I'm just so calm and present and just going through it, and stillness is difficult. But but you just keep going and you get better and you calm yourself down. Yeah, that's all the energy and everything that's coming in right now. Whether it's the collective or whether it's from the galactic center, the winter solstice, new moon, through I don't know, whatever the heck is pushing our ascension, it's all that. It is literally all that. Everything's getting released. We had one massive full moon. It wasn't just a super moon, but it was just even larger than that. So it's just so much going on, and it just and it's I call it spiritual. I just say spiritual at this point because like it's not like we're sick in the head or something wrong with us. It just comes out of nowhere. It's unexplained. it's unexplained. It just all the emotions. I think my phone's gonna die. Oh boy. All right. That's a 20 plus minute live stream. I think this the I think the live stream was good, and I think this conversation really helped so many people because I know a lot of people in 2022, and I think every year there was like a new group of people, whether it's awakening or whether, I mean, I was already awakened before 2020, right? Like I already knew all that stuff. I don't really consider born till now a spiritual journey. I mean, maybe it is, but it's about that awakened state and consciousness. Like nobody's just, I mean, everybody's kind of born with it, and but we play the game, so we get dumbed down. So in 2019, I remember is where we're at because we're all awakened, except we all go through the forgetting. That's the game. That's the game we're playing here. So in 2019, of course, I awakened, and then in 2022, I got bombarded. So yeah, but I'm much better now, and I'm hoping everybody's getting better, and we're gonna get through this. That was my journey. 2019 awakened, 2022 bombarded. I think 2022 was ascension. I think the tough times is ascension. And I think the harder it is, the more releasing and the more clearing and the more nudging to your true path. Because our true path is not within the system. It is not within the matrix. It's not within all this illusions and nonsense and stuff. It's something different, and you know, yeah. So that's why a lot of people go through tough times. That's why a lot of people, struggle. There's a lot to learn. It's a game, but we're the ones that are gonna win. We're gonna make it to the top. I have a community section. When you make posts, there's a community section. Make some. You could post stuff. 2011. You know, in 2012, I never talked about. I remember 2012. There was a period everybody said the world was gonna end. I don't know if you remember. I was a little kid. There was a moment where everything kind of just went, like not exploded, but like everybody just looked like, what the heck happened? Like there was a shift in 2012. It was like 1 second or something like that. It was a shift. I remember as a kid. I never forget it. It was something. It was a shift, a consciousness shift or something. It happened in 2012. And ever since then, there has been major catastrophes in the world. After that year, 2013, all that stuff, like it's been crazy. I really feel like after 2012 something changed, you know, so things really did happen in 2012. Yeah, a lot of people did wake up in 2011, so there's like a lot of, I don't like groups because it's separating, but it's more so of just waves of people. That's what it is. It's waves of people. Hopefully, I feel like if there's a live stream to recommend people, this is probably the best live stream I've probably done ever. So, you know, Age of Aquarius. That's the 2,000 year cycle, correct? we are sort of in that transition. So, or we've sort of been in it, or we're sort of transitioning into it. Um, Next year is going to be a very interesting year. The whole 3D collapses, I think, next year. So it's going to be kind of chaotic. I think there will be more people awakening. It'll be like something big. It'll be like, I don't know. Yeah, it's probably going to be a big period right there. Aren't there like 8-year cycles? Yeah, equinox for sure. Yeah, those periods are always tough. But I thought there was always 8-year cycles. Like 2012, 2020 were talked about a lot. So wouldn't 2028 be like the next cycle for something? Because I know there's a bunch of cycles, right? Like, I don't know. I gotta work on the new moon video and stuff. Yeah, gotta go. But this is definitely a live stream I would recommend to people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure, for sure. Thank you for showing up, and I really appreciate the conversation. Um, really appreciate you. Really thankful. Um, I'm gonna go. Gotta go work on a video and stuff. I'm super thankful. Good night and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a New Year's cycle, but like I thought there were 8-year cycles. 9-year numerology, 2,000 year age cycles. 26,000 is like a, what do you call it, a quantum thing, and then there's the 8-year. I don't know. I think there's more. There's more than just 9. There's way more cycles than 9. There's way more. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Y'all have a good night. I appreciate you for showing up. Thank you so much. Everybody have a good night.